It's a convention like no other for a candidate like no other. Ray Hurd, our friend, longtime guest, is someone who covered political conventions in the United States, covered Washington politics for several years across several administrations. He joins me now to talk about what's going on in Cleveland. Ray, your take from your faraway perch in Toronto, your take on what you've been seeing in Cleveland with the Trump convention. I'm not sure it's the Republican convention, it's the Trump convention.
It's a Trump convention, and there have been a few circus-like issues, like the plagiarism of his wife Melania's speech, his third wife, I think. But the big thing to understand, Brian, is so far they've successfully focused on one issue, and this is the only issue that unites the Republican Party, and that is hatred of Hillary Clinton. They were cheering last night and chanting, send her to jail, detain her, put her in leg irons. So that has been very successful. Trump and Hillary are the least liked candidates running for president in recorded history.
Yeah, it's fascinating to look at the polls, Ray, and you look at what motivates Donald Trump voters. And it's more often than not, I think it's about, several multiples, they're more likely to say, I want to stop Hillary Clinton. You ask Clinton voters, I want to stop Donald Trump. People are, there's obviously people that like them, but there's a larger contingent that says, I'm voting for this person to stop that person.
Yes, and there is a parallel. I covered the 68 Republican convention, which nominated Nixon, and in Chicago, the Democratic one, which nominated Hubert Humphrey. There were riots at the Democratic convention. I had my arm broken in a police riot. So people say this is unprecedented trouble because there's some demonstrators there. That's ridiculous. There is a precedent. And in 68, America was more divided than it is now. And the issue was the undeclared Vietnam War. So don't believe some of the hype. This is tumultuous, but it's not epic like 68.
I want to ask you about Hillary Clinton, but first, you mentioned Melania's speech. Let's talk about that. Look, it happens. We've seen that this is something that Barack Obama's done. Hillary Clinton did it earlier this year, taking lines from Bernie Sanders. Politicians all around the world have done this. It happens when you're working with speechwriters and something gets stuck in your head. But I just think they handled it weird, and I think the media has been far too obsessed with it.
Yes, Joe Biden, by the way, got caught plagiarizing, and he never got the presidential nomination. So plagiarism can be a problem. In my view, it's quite a serious issue for only one reason, Brian. Don't crib or misappropriate the words of the wife of the president of the United States. Suppose she'd taken lines, or her speech writers, plural, had stolen lines from a poet or a playwright or someone else. The only person it was stupid to steal lines from was Barack Obama's wife, because in that process it made it a huge story. And the real story is on social media. As soon as this speech went out, Twitter almost broke down with an overload of tweets. Yeah. So that's the problem, but I don't think it will last until the final election. I do think, however, that Trump and his team, and Chris Christie, the New Jersey governor, was a brilliant prosecutor last night in his speech of Hillary Clinton. I think they'll keep Hillary alive.
I think that the best speech on opening night was Patricia Smith, the mother of Sean Smith, whose son died in the Benghazi terror attacks. And she made a very good case about why Hillary Clinton shouldn't be president. She lies about things that matter, and she lied about Benghazi. She's lied about many things before, but just that to me was very emotional, very moving, and very, condemning of Hillary Clinton.
I tweeted that was by far the best speech so far. She spoke from the heart, and she based it on facts. Hillary Clinton lied about Benghazi. Hillary Clinton, as Secretary of State, did not protect the 4 diplomats who were assassinated by terrorists. So that speech will live down the ages long after Melania Trump's plagiarism is forgotten.
Okay. The convention will come to a climax Thursday night with Donald Trump and his speech. I think at that point we saw with the roll call vote yesterday, states and people that were not backing Trump were coming to him. I think he's going to be bringing out a fairly unified party by the end of this convention.
Yes, I think so. And his main rival, Ted Cruz, is talking tonight. The fact that he is talking is important for Trump because, as you know, the Bush family, the extended Bush family, and John McCain, the senator from Arizona, whom I like, are boycotting the convention. So I think Cruz will be important tonight, and we should watch what he says.
All right, Ray, great talking to you. We'll check in with you at the end of the convention for more insight on what went down and what we can expect with the Democrats next week.
Thank you, Brian.
Thanks for watching. Click here to never miss a Rebel update. Want even more of the Rebel? Well, click here to become a premium member.